All right, time for a little pick. CJ Cup, Byron Nelson. Got to go low. TPC Craig Ranch. They typically tear it up. It's kind of back-to-back weeks. You think about the Corn Ferry on Texas Ranger Golf Club and what the scores were there. The kid that won it, Kiefer, I wrote this on Twitter. He made 3 or better on half his holes.
What?
3 or better on half his holes in a 4-day golf tournament last week. It's like, if you ever think to yourself, if you play a municipal golf course that's pretty wide open and kind of parkland, and you go, what would tour players shoot here? Just look at what the Corn Ferry guys did last week. Feels similar this week at the CJ Cup. So I want to get your can win and can't win names. Patrick, it's a pretty good field too. I mean, we've got some decent names in it.
Yeah, you got the Texas boys out there. We're kind of riding hot here, Shane. You had JT at the Heritage. I went with the Novak Griffin group last week, got off the schneid with the can't win winners, unfortunately. And look, there's obviously an opportunity for someone to change their career. So can win, going to be a little boring this week, unfortunately.
Okay.
It's going to be Scheffler.
Yep.
It's going to be Spieth. And then I'll throw in a curveball with Taylor Moore.
Who
are your can wins?
Okay. I got Spieth. I got Scotty Scheffler. Like, if you don't put Scotty on the can win thing at any of these events, you're an idiot. I mean, yeah. Can he win? Of course he can win. When it finishes, his floor is 11th. So it's like he's got to beat 10 guys every week he tees it up. I got Chan Kim is my other can win.
Okay.
Chan Kim might get it done this week. In terms of my can't wins, I'm going with both the Højgaards. I don't think they're going to win this week. I just feel like they put a lot on they threw all of it out there. It was like a bachelor party last week. You know, they're down in New Orleans. They're pushing it to the 72nd hole, leaning on each other. I'm sure they really wanted to win that. You know, I'm sure that for them personally, winning that is probably a higher priority than a lot of the other two-man teams out there. So I would be surprised if they rolled it into a victory this week.
Okay.
And then I'll go Siwoo. I don't think Siwoo is going to win this week.
Okay. Gotcha. South Koreans, they do pretty well in Texas.
I know.
I'm going to say Sung J M can't win. Brutal title defense. Shane, I'm not sure if you're aware of the Woori Financial Group Championship there in Korea. That's where Sung J M was defending his last win.
Week.
Yes. Missed
How'd
the cut.
He play? He missed the cut.
So not feeling too confident with him. Sam Burns, man, I was buying so much stock in Sam Burns.
You were all over this guy early
season. Oh my gosh, it's a ramen only diet. Mortgage is late. It's not good right now with how much Sam Burns.
Sell.
Well, it's so low right now. You might as well just keep it.
Just hold on to it. Yep.
Yeah, but he's not going to win. And then Shane, Will Zalatoris is down to number 88 in the FedEx Cup standings.
I know.
Doesn't have status beyond this year.
Really bums me out.
So pretty, we still have half a season to go. He's in the signature events, I believe, too. So plenty of time. But Zalatoris, he's not going to win a tournament that you got to get to like 30 under. So he's not going to win either.
All right. Who is going to win? Who's your winner?
Jordan Spieth. He is going to win this week. He is going to fire up the hype train engines ahead of the PGA Championship. And it's going to be glorious. He's going to win with a 7-footer on the last.
This is the first time we've done this. Everybody hold on for a moment. We both got Jordan, baby.
Wow.
Both picking Jordan to win. I'm with you. JT got it done. Jordan's going to get it done. Zalatoris is going to get it done later this year. Homa's going to get it done later this year. Everybody that needs a win. Who else needs a win? We're handing them out like Oprah.
You get a win.
Yeah, let's go.
Check under your seat. There's a trophy.
Yeah, you're going to win a golf tournament this year if you need a golf tournament. Lexi might win on the LPGA Tour, and she's retired. You never know who's going to win. By the way, retired Lexi, top 12 last week, I think.
Nearly won.
The Chevron. Almost won there as well. Ariya Jutanugarn needed a win. Nearly won as well. I'm going Jordan. I think he wins as well. Let's get the hype going for the PGA. And my sleeper, same guy on my list. I got Chan Kim as my sleeper. I think he has a good week. I think he might win as well.
Okay. My sleeper is Isaiah Salinda off that weak driver heavy golf course he does well at. So I think he parlays that effort last week into another good result this week. KH Lee going back to back. You got some stats for us in that regard too?
I saw the list of back-to-back winners all time at the Byron Nelson, now the CJ Cup at Byron Nelson, whatever corporate entity is going to tie itself to the front of the name. But the list of all-time winners is truly back-to-back winners of this tournament. Truly incredible. Snead, Jack Nicklaus, Tom Watson, and KH Lee. Whenever you get a combo like that in any sports stat, I always think it's great. I think Eugenio Suarez had a 4-homer game in Major League Baseball, and like the list of the 4-homer game guys is like, it's like Willie Mays and Mark Whitten. Like it's just these great juxtapositions of players. So anytime you get that in sports, I love that, and that's the Snead, Nicholas Watson, and KH Lee is an incredible combo.
I mean, just what you wanted, by the way, in terms of this historic name surrounding a golf tournament that unfortunately has kind of gotten scheduled out of the relevance. But Byron Nelson was definitely not irrelevant. One of the most relevant golfers. I remember playing in the junior Byron Nelson back in the day in Dallas. And Byron Nelson still, I think to you, holds one of the best records in all of sport.
Now, we know about the 18-win season in 1945. You can talk about how the fields were different and maybe a little bit diminished because of World War II and things like that. But this is a record. We talk about all-time records in sports that'll never be broken. Cy Young's wins total for pitchers in Major League Baseball comes up. There's all kinds of different numbers that you think are never going to be touched, whether they're from Tiger or the Nelson ones in golf. Byron Nelson won 9 consecutive weeks in the 1945 season as part of his 11 tournaments in a row. 11 wins in a row, like Tiger won 7 starts in a row, 6 in a row. Yes, maybe you could see in some universe someday someone dominant enough to play 11 tournaments in a row and win them. But to win 9 straight weeks, no one even plays 9 straight weeks unless you're Sungjae. So it's, I think that's probably the most unbreakable record that'll stand forever in PGA Tour and sports lore, winning 9 weeks in a row. One more on Byron Nelson as a player. From 37 to 42 in the majors, he gained 3.64 strokes on the field per round in the major championships, best of any player. So you get those gaudy win numbers are what always comes up with Nelson, but really incredible player in the biggest events as well when he was at his peak.
9 weeks in a row. Scotty Scheffler, 9 wins last year, right? So he's clearly got some work to do.
You know what? Ben Griffin might get there. He plays as much golf, so he could get there maybe. He's the guy that's going to do it.
Yeah, lights aren't too bright for him with those sunglasses. Jay Ray, what's going on with Scotty Scheffler?
I wanted to dive into the numbers just a little bit with Scotty, and I thought it was interesting that he's doing all the things that he's known for being great at. Just it's not worse per se, but it's just not otherworldly great. So, like strokes gained off the tee, he's 0.2 of a stroke less per round. He's still 6th on the PGA Tour, 4th in strokes gained approach this year. He was, it's about 0.3 of a stroke less per round. I won't get into all the minutia, but he's just a little bit worse in those things. But I thought what was really interesting is the steady uptick in his putting over the last few seasons. 25, 26%. That's over 34% last year, 33% this year. His putting from 4 to 8 feet has steadily gone up, 63, 68, now 74% this season. And the strokes gained numbers kind of dovetail off of it. So I know that, look, he's not on I think I used this term last week, the scorched earth tour that he was on last year, winning week in and week out. But to see that improvement in his putting, he's clearly taken stock of what he needed to get better at. And it shined through in his great year last year. Maybe it's to the detriment a little bit of some of those other parts of his game, but it's just a matter of time before he breaks through and gets his first win of the year.
I can promise you this. I bet he finishes 5th or better this week. That's basically where the guy lives. So he might not win, but I bet he's at least within 2 or 3 on Sunday. It'd be more shocking if not. Jay Ray, appreciate the time. Sorry again about your Rockets. People have come back from 3-1 before. We shall see. But
people have come back from 3-1 before against the Warriors.
Well, yeah, we don't have to talk about that. I was still bummed about that. That was a Sunday night at Oakmont, by the way. And Julie Inkster and I just sadly walked back to our respective rooms after watching it as like a post U.S. Open party because the Warriors lost that game. But back to Oakmont. Maybe it's an Oakmont thing. Maybe that's what happens. Maybe Warriors lose 3-1 leads when that happens. But always appreciate the time, my man. We'll check back with you next week.